What's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. I make college football videos every single day, most of the time multiple videos, so if you don't like this one, maybe you'll like one of my other videos. So, on this video, I wanted to take the top 4 games listed for this Saturday in college football and break it down by the numbers to see just how much of advantage the favorite has and how good these games could actually be. The first game is going to be number 4, Florida at number 21, Texas A&M. Now, Florida has looked good so far, but they haven't really played anyone great. Now, Ole Miss, they're a decent team. They just beat Kentucky, who I thought brought back a lot of talent, and pretty much toyed with South Carolina. And then there's number 21, Texas A&M. I always think that they're overranked, overrated whenever they are preseason ranked in the top 15 pretty much every single year. So, they go to Alabama last week and just get embarrassed 52-24. So, we're still trying to figure out Texas A&M. So, let's look at the quarterback situation first. First of all, we have Florida quarterback Kyle Trask. He's 51 for 71, 684 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He's having a pretty good year so far. The quarterback for Texas A&M, Kellen Mond, he's not doing horrible. He's 42 for 72 for 507 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The guy that's really standing out for me for Florida is actually their tight end, Kyle Pitts. He has 12 receptions for 227 yards and 6 touchdowns. He could become a dark horse Heisman. He's pretty good. And then Texas A&M's leading receiver is actually their running back, or one of their running backs, Ainias Smith. He has 8 receptions for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think the biggest factor in this game is going to be defense. So I'm going to go through each category and check off who has the advantage based on the numbers. So here we go. Florida and Texas A&M. First, there's the passing game. Florida's going to get the check mark. They averaged 357 passing yards to Texas A&M's 262 passing yards a game. Next up, the running game. Texas A&M actually gets the check mark in this. They average 149 yards of rushing per game, and Florida barely underneath them with 138 per game. And then we have the defense. Surprisingly enough, Texas A&M gets the check mark in pass defense. They allow 293 passing yards a game to Florida's 328 passing yards a game. And they get the check mark for run defense, allowing 107 yards per game to Florida's 146 running yards per game. That's allowing per game. So this game could be closer or be an actual upset. I know, Florida has looked good, but going by the numbers, kind of looks like Texas A&M has the edge, and they've played Alabama, so those numbers reflect that game against Alabama. Something to think about. The next game on the list. Both of these teams are undefeated. Virginia Tech at North Carolina, both 2-0. 19th ranked Virginia Tech against 8th ranked North Carolina. North Carolina is a 5.5 point favorite. So first, let's look at the quarterbacks. Virginia Tech's Braxton Burmeister, 16 for 36, so hasn't really thrown it all that much, for 269 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Not a good start. Quarterback for North Carolina, Sam Howell, had a great year last year. He's kind of having trouble getting going so far. 39 for 60, 520 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Got to cut back on those interceptions. Then the big factor in this game, in my opinion, running back Khalil Herbert. 26 attempts for 312 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he is averaging 12 yards a carry. Yikes. So let's look at who gets the check marks in each category. So for passing, North Carolina is going to get the check mark. 264 yards a game to Virginia Tech's 172 yards a game. Rushing, Virginia Tech gets the check mark here. 319 rushing yards a game to North Carolina's 168. Now over to the defense. Pass defense. North Carolina will get the check mark. They allow 224 passing yards a game, and Virginia Tech allows 259. Run defense, North Carolina, they allow 54 rushing yards a game, and Virginia Tech allows 139. So this game, I think, comes down to strength versus strength, and that is Virginia Tech's running game, which is their strength, against North Carolina's running defense, also strength. So I think this could be an interesting game, especially if Virginia Tech can run the ball. And then the next game on the list, also both of these teams are undefeated. 14th ranked Tennessee at number 3, Georgia. Georgia is a 12-point favorite. Let's look at the quarterbacks. So the quarterback for Tennessee, Jarrett Guarantano, 33 for 54, 449 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's not bad at all. And then maybe Georgia has figured out their quarterback situation. Right now, Stetson Bennett, 37 for 57, 451 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. So let's look at the check marks and who gets what, all right? So for passing, Georgia actually gets the check mark, and they're not known for a passing team, 253 passing yards a game to Tennessee's 226. Running, the check mark goes to Tennessee. This is completely the opposite of what I was expecting. Tennessee averages 183 rushing yards a game, and Georgia 162. Then we go over to the defense, and this is where Georgia might separate from Tennessee. So pass defense, check mark, goes to Georgia. They allow 190 passing yards a game. Tennessee allows 254. That's not good. Run defense also goes to Georgia. They allow 58 rushing yards a game. Wow. Tennessee, 108 running yards a game. That's not bad, but yeah, I think Georgia will win this game probably comfortably. The last game on the list, I think, could be the best game on this list. Number 7 at number 1, Clemson. Clemson, the 14-point favorite. Of course, I'm going to look at the quarterbacks first. D'Eriq King, he's 63 for 94, the quarterback for Miami. 736 yards and 6 touchdowns. He also runs the ball quite well. 28 rushes for 157 yards, 1 touchdown, and 5.4 yards a carry. That is pretty stinking good. Quarterback for Clemson in the Heisman, at the top of the Heisman race right now. Trevor Lawrence, 55 for 75, 848 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Let's look at the running backs. They both have some good running backs. Miami's Cameron Harris, 38 attempts for 311 yards, 5 touchdowns, averaging 8.2 yards a carry. And then, of course, we know the running back for Clemson, Travis Etienne, 39 attempts for 243 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 6.2 yards a carry. So it actually looks like that favors Miami by a little bit. So let's look at who is going to get the check marks. You ready? Here we go. For the passing, Clemson gets the check mark. They average 316 passing yards a game. Miami averages 267 passing yards a game. Rushing, Clemson, they average 232 rushing yards a game, and Miami averages 161. Let's go over to the defense. Pass defense. Clemson, but not by much. They allow 213 passing yards a game. Miami allows 230 passing yards a game. And then run defense. Clemson, they allow 90 rushing yards a game, and Miami allows 147. So, with all the check marks going in Clemson's favors, it seems like this will be a blowout. But for some reason, I don't think it will be a blowout, and I think Miami has a chance, not a big one, but a chance to upset Miami. I think Miami has played tougher competition, and Clemson has shown a little bit of a weakness this year on defense. Not a big weakness, but a little one that usually does not exist. Can Miami take advantage? I don't know, but I think it's going to be a good game and a possible slight chance upset. I'll be keeping my eye on all 4 of these games. That's all I got for you for this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next video.